back. We are here with Tamara from Kibidula, Tanzania, and I just really wanted to hear from you right now in Kibidula. Almost 5,000 acres. It's 4,776 acres that your mission is on. And can you just share with me what kind of things that you guys are doing there that are your mission aspects?
Okay, so 4,776 acres in the Southern Highlands of Tanzania. You want me to tell you about the schools and the different things going on?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 3 schools. We have a day school for primary students. It's an English medium school. So a lot of the government schools, they teach in Swahili, but higher education is in English. So if they don't learn English well in primary school, they're not going to do well in higher education. So we teach in English. So our students do so much better in the higher grades. So that's a real blessing. We also teach Bible. And our primary school, actually, they do a lot of outreach. They actually go out and do church programs in the village and a lot of outreach. So that's exciting. We have a agriculture school for at-risk youth. So when students don't do well in primary school, they can't go to secondary school or their parents can't afford it, they can come to our school for free. It's actually sponsored by a couple different groups right now. And it's really exciting. These young people, instead of the girls going out becoming young unwed mothers and the boys getting into who knows what trouble, they can come there, they can learn life skills, they learn agriculture, girls learn sewing, the boys learn carpentry and other vocational things, and they learn the Bible. And we actually see a lot of our young people giving their lives to Jesus Christ. And some of these kids come from hard homes, come from no religion. We've actually had some serious spiritual issues and non-Christian. So that's really exciting. We also have an evangelism school. Our evangelism school is where people come to get trained up so they can go and share the gospel. So we're training up disciples to train up disciples to cause the work to go further.
That's amazing.
So those are our 3 schools.
Okay.
We also have publishing and press work. We provide books for literature evangelism programs in Tanzania. We also print Bible studies and tracts. I don't know if you've heard of Glow tracts.
Yes.
We have translated all the Glow tracts. We've also translated the Balanced Living tracts from the Michigan Conference, a whole set of health tracts, which are really excellent.
And what languages are you translating those into?
Those we're translating into Swahili.
Okay.
But we're looking right now for Arabic translators, and I've got a couple people lined up as possibilities because there's a real need. We see a lot of Arabic reading people asking for literature. So that's really amazing. Exciting.
Yeah.
But we also have people in Congo and also in Mozambique and Zambia also asking us to be printing literature for them. So there's a huge demand there and also outside.
What languages? Would you have to translate to different languages for them as well?
Thankfully, they'll pre-translate for us. We will, yes, because that would be intense.
Yeah. Okay. So then you're printing Swahili.
So recently we just printed a bunch of tracts for Farm Stew, and we did 5 languages. We did English, Swahili, French, Arabic, and Juba Arabic. So that was really exciting.
That's amazing. And that's all right there in Tanzania, in Kibidula.
That's right at Kibidula. I can see the press from my house, actually, the press building. So
that's amazing. Okay, so you also have 500 acres of avocados.
Yes. We started planting avocados quite a few years ago, and God has just expanded that vision. The goal is for eventually to be completely self-supportive. But what the amazing thing is, the whole avocado farm has become a mission in itself. We have a pack house, and we're an export zone. So we actually provide a marketplace for all the other local avocado farms. So we also are providing jobs for villagers. At one point in time, we had over 500 people on our payroll, which is such a blessing because there's not a lot of job opportunities. These people were able to come, learn a lot, and get some income to help their families. And a lot of them actually took what they learned and they started their own farms, which is a blessing. It's not competition.
No,
so now we're actually providing a market for them in Europe, in India, and possibly soon in China.
That's amazing.
That's really exciting. And people are coming from all over the world to Kibidula to learn about our avocados and also to learn about our pack house. We have people coming from South Africa, India, China, even America.
Wow.
I don't know the full list because I'm not in that particular department. I just hear stories. And everyone that comes is offered a book or a tract, and we even have Bibles. And so that's something really exciting too.
That's amazing. Okay, so from everything I'm hearing, even the business side, like the avocado side, that eventually the prayer is will support all of Kibidula.
Right.
That's still a mission field.
It's a huge
and it's
mission
treated
field.
That way.
It is treated that way.
Oh, that's amazing.
God is using that part to reach people that we wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. We had like the top person in the entire political party come because he was interested in the avocados. We actually had the Department of Agriculture has come more than once to ask us if they could take videos of our things. And I have commercials where, so it's really amazing the different people that God has brought there, and we definitely treat it as a mission.
That is amazing. So recently you guys have had the opportunity to purchase Kibidula. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So just this year, the last few months, the owners of the land approached us and asked us to buy Kibidula. And so that's really exciting. But 4,776 acres, it's a God-sized project.
Amen.
So we've come up with what for every $216, we can get an acre of land. People can sponsor an acre of land. People can buy a part of Africa for the mission field. So that is so exciting, and people have been excited about it. So we can either have 4,776 people sponsor 1 acre, or more. But we're really excited. People are excited about it, and for a lot of different reasons, we can see why this is the perfect time. It's been in our hearts for a long time, but we haven't asked for it. We haven't asked people, I should say. We haven't asked people. And now they've come to us and they've offered, and the price is actually very reasonable for the land, and we are really excited about what God is going to do about that.
Now tell me a little bit about the printing press. So you were just telling us how all these different countries, Zambia, Mozambique, are asking you to print for you. Can you tell me a little bit about how God is kind of leading where it comes to the printing press?
Okay. We also have Congo. Congo's asking for it.
So actually, Congo, Mozambique,
and Kenya. There's a lot of things. A lot of things are growing. So we just really see God expanding the work. We actually had some major hiccups in the press area, and our presses were not doing well. They're old, and that information was shared with someone, and they said, "Well, why don't you get better presses?" Like, okay. And God blessed. We actually had several donors come together. We got donation for $100,000, and we had a person here in the United States start looking for used equipment, and we actually just got our first container of equipment just arrived last Friday.
Wow!
But because it's new equipment, we need a place to put it. Our press building is already full, and so we are building a 200 by 50 foot new press building, and in addition to the one that we're doing, we're going to continue to use the ones we are, and then we're going to have so much more capacity, and we're so excited about that. And actually, as that was coming about, someone asked, because this one's going to be able to print like 16 times faster, I think.
Wow.
I think it's 8 or 16. Either way, that's a lot.
Either way, it's amazing.
And someone said, "So are you actually going to be able to keep it busy?" I'm like, I don't know. But God has proven very clearly as we stepped out in faith to get that. All of a sudden, we are overwhelmed with requests to be printing things, and we want to print more than what we already are. We're printing Bible studies. We're printing the Glow tracts. We're printing
The
health tracts, the balanced living tracts. We're printing small books at the moment, but we'll have the capacity to be printing larger books. And I would really like to start praying the Bible. We've had a challenge with that. The people that currently control the Swahili Bibles, they refuse to let us print their Bible, even if we give them money and pay royalties. We're not ecumenical enough, is what they've told us. Anyhow, so that's another big project too. Let me sideline for a second. We have been wanting to translate the Bible, a Swahili version that's accurate. The language is current. The current ones they're a little hard to read. Even though I can read Swahili, reading the Bible, there's the wording, maybe it's, anyhow.
Okay.
A new version that we can use, that we can print. We can make study Bibles, that we can print at a price which is reasonable. Right now, the price of Bibles goes up about every 6 months. And and that can be a 3 days wage for some people. And people need money for food and things like that. So we actually have a lot of church members that don't have Bibles of their own. So we want to translate that. So that's a big project we're also fundraising for, is that we can actually print a Swahili Bible. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to print those on our own presses. So we're building this building, 200 by 50 foot building for all this equipment. We're still looking for some additional equipment. We need a paper sheeter. If anybody out there knows a good source for a paper sheeter, we're looking for a paper sheeter for the Lord. We had a challenge finding one of those. Right now, as we buy paper, it's taxable when it's already cut into sheets. And tax there is 18%. Every time it changes hands, 18%. It's not like here where you buy something wholesale, then resell, it's taxed. Every time it changes hands, 18%. And paper is our biggest cost. So if we have our own paper sheeter, we can order rolls of paper and they are tax-free. So that immediately drops the price significantly.
Absolutely.
So really excited about that. Additionally, I'm feeling very impressed right now. We need a 3-year supply of everything: paper, plates, ink, all the supplies. We use offset presses, and offset presses, you have to have a plate. That plate is on a roller. It gets the ink, it puts it on a blanketed roller, and then it applies it to the actual paper. Simplified there. Right now, I don't know of only one source in all of Tanzania where I can have plates made. And normally I contact them. They're 13 hours away from me. I send them the files. They'll print it within a day or two. They'll send it by bus. I'll have it within a week normally. During COVID, I contacted them. They had no plates. They couldn't make plates.
Wow.
And then another time, we were needing paper. We hadn't run out, but we were trying to order ahead. No paper. And then even the price of paper doubled during COVID. The prices come back down again, so it's a good time to buy paper.
Right.
So we are feeling very impressed. 3-year supply of everything.
Absolutely.
So if something like COVID happens again, we just keep going. If we get a 3-year supply, even if things get challenging, we start eating into that, but things get unchallenging, we get 3-year supply again. So we want to be in a position where we can just keep printing the Bible, the Bible studies, the tracts, the books, the literature, the training materials, everything. Right now is the time to get everything in place, because we know challenge is going to happen again.
Absolutely.
And we do not want to slow down. God has given us a vision, and we have to keep moving forward.
One of the things that you said to me in the beginning is that you guys got down on your knees as a family and you said, okay, God, wherever and whatever, where do we go?
Right.
And he's led you guys amazing places.
Yeah. So I think it was in 1792, William Carey, the famous missionary, went to India. He was from England. He gathered some of his closest friends in Christ, and he said, I will descend into the pit if you will hold the rope. And he was asking them to support him in their prayers, in finances, and in encouragement. And they did just that. And their partnership lasted for 40 impactful years. I know God has called me to go to Kibidula, to be in Africa. And I am giving of myself, and I know God has called me. But so now my question is this: is God calling you to hold the rope for us?
Amen.
And so that's a question for each of us. You know, what part in God's work does he have? But we're all called to be missionaries too. We're called to be missionaries in our homes, in our churches, in our communities. And some of us are called to be in foreign fields. And some of you are called to be that support for us.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
is God calling you to this?
I love that. And you really hit on something that I think sometimes we forget about, is that power of prayer and the power of what happens even if we can't give financially. We can give of our prayers, of our asking of God to bless you guys and to protect you guys. Because I know that you can't talk about it on here, but there are things going on that we can't even fathom.
It's so exciting.
It is.
God is doing miracles. People are thinking that certain things aren't happening in certain areas of the world. You'll never know because it has to be done in secret for everyone's protection. But it is so exciting. And something you said, maybe you can't sponsor an acre of land. Maybe you can. But for about $1, we can get out 100 glow tracts.
Wow.
We can touch about 100 people for $1.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. And so for about $9, $10, we can get a Bible into someone's hands. So the large amounts of money are wonderful, but it takes a lot of raindrops to fill the ocean. So every little bit, money goes so much further there. It has such an impact. And people are hungry. People are so hungry for literature, books, Bibles. You should come and visit us. Come and visit us.
I would love
you
that.
will just be amazed at what God is doing through all the different aspects for the farm stew training, the evangelism, the schools, the literature. It is so exciting to see what God is doing. We serve a big God.
Amen. I love that. So really quick, you guys, share this video with your friends. Get together with a couple of friends and pray and ask God to show you. Can you just be prayer warriors? Can you donate a little bit of your time and money to pray and to give? I just want to encourage and challenge you guys to be the hands and feet of Jesus. And I just cannot wait to see when you come back again, or when we talk in 6, 8, 10 months. I want to know how God is leading. And I cannot wait for that. So Tamara, thank you so much for coming on and just sharing with us how God is moving in Kibidula and how he's moving in your life. This has been really awesome.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.